All right, so let's pick this one and get started with Tim Doyle and Kenny White. Jazz 5-point favorites on the highway against Dallas. Obviously, there's a Luka effect. Kenny, have they overrated Luka being out to the point where Dallas is now value? What did you put down for a Luka-less Dallas? What's he worth to the line? Or do you want to attack that total, which is 206?
EK, I have Luka worth 5.5 points to the betting line. And I thought that with Luka, Dallas should have been a 2-point favorite. Without, I thought the Jazz should have been 3.5. And after watching game one, I made a small adjustment on Utah up because they're playing far better. They did in that game, at least they did during the end of the season. So I made this one 4.5. I think it's the right number, but the total I played under in game one was an easy winner. I'm going under again. This was the slowest pace game of all 8 games so far in the first round, just 89 possessions. I expect the same tonight or even less, and both really good defenses still. Luka doesn't bring defense to the court. Luka brings great scoring, so they lose a lot on the offensive end, but they don't lose that much defensively. So this is still a good defensive team with Dallas. I'm under the total.
Yeah, I guess this correlates with my thought process, too. I'm going to take the dog here. You know, second game, guys are going to have more defined roles without Doncic. Think about it. That's a pretty big pie to cut up. And that's what guys do in the locker room. Like, you start cutting up the shots, and that's what Dinwiddie and Brunson did in game number 1. And that's a change of roles. Now they go into game number 2, feeling a little bit more comfortable. I am hammering the Mavericks here, plus the points. I think in a low-possession game, a low-scoring game, like Kenny says, you're going to get all these points at home in a do-or-die situation. I'll take the dog here.
All right, maybe that factors into our next one, Tim. You know, you've painted a picture of a locker room at odds in Utah in the past. Donovan Mitchell, he does seem to play with a certain anger about him, if you will. Went for 32 in game 1, but it took him 29 shots to get there. Game 2 prop coming in at 27.5. TD, you expecting a more efficient Mitchell this go-around?
Efficient, I'm not sure, Joe, but the guy's aggressive, and you got to give him credit. Like, he didn't hang his head at all. I'm going to go over just because what I watched in the second half, he flipped the switch. So he may take, 35 shots in this game? He took 29 in game number 1. Like, talk about going down in the blaze of glory. Like, he's like, we're going to lose. I'm going to shoot the ball a lot. So I don't love this play, but I love the attempts. Kenny, I think he's going to get there attempt-wise. So if he takes 30 shots, he's going to go over the number.
Yeah, I passed on this. I think the number is just about right. I'm always trying to look for unders, and I couldn't find it here. And I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but Mitchell could still get his. He reminds me of Adrian Dantley, but maybe a little bit quicker and maybe even a better outside shooter.
Look at you, AD, going Jazz for Jazz comparison there. Then again from Notre Dame, Adrian Dantley getting a little love on the program. All right, no Luka. Somebody on Dallas going to step up, or maybe somebody on Dallas is overrated on the board. Top Mavericks prop, Tim.
I'm going to go with Spencer Dinwiddie. And I want you, Eric, and you, Joe Musso, to think about if Spencer Dinwiddie, like if you just heard Spencer Dinwiddie, for me, it's the game Clue. Like, it was Spencer Dinwiddie with the revolver in the ballroom. Like, Spencer Dinwiddie doesn't smoke cigars. He smokes those weird cigarettes that have like the attachment to it as he just walks around like a mansion. He was not great, but he got to the free throw line a lot in game number 1. And like I said, game number 2, he and Brunson are going to be more accustomed to smoking that cigarette and being the man on the team. So give me over his number.
Well, Tim, I'm completely opposite with you on this one. I am under with Spencer Dinwiddie, and I broke it down. I went back and I took all the Dallas games without Luka in the lineup, and Dinwiddie only went over 3 out of 15 times. So 15 times he played without Luka this year. Only 3 of those 15 he went over 20 points. He did the last game, but you're right. He got to the line a ton. He doesn't normally get to the line that many times. I don't think he gets to the line that much this game. I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game and a low-scoring game for Dallas tonight. So I'm under with Dinwiddie.
All right, revisiting the series price here, guys. Mavs are plus 550. Going to be tough to go back to Utah down 0-2 regardless of Luka's Game 3 status. But they can steal one tonight. I'm holding a 5-1 ticket with Luka 2 days closer to a return. Tim, that's got to pique your interest to piggyback on top of the Mavs play tonight, no?
Hey, Joe, I didn't know you could play a doctor on TV. Yeah, I mean, Luka Doncic is going to fight. Yeah, I mean, this is Daniel LaRusso.
It's simply put, he is 2 days closer to a return that could come day 3 or day 40, but he is still 2 days closer to his return.
I could be sold on that because I think they had a shot to win tonight. And the fact that I'm getting all these points and then all of a sudden he comes back, You know what the Jazz are going to do? The Jazz are going to jazz, which means they're not really going to win an NBA championship, and anything is possible. But I kind of handicap this with him not being out. If Musso said he's coming back, don't make this play because I think he's onto something. So I'll say the Jazz win this series, but game 1 was pretty ugly. I think that I'm expecting a Mavericks win here in game 2.
Yeah, game 1 was ugly. I hope game 2 is just as ugly, and I think that's the only way. I told everybody, hey, take a shot with the Mavericks in game 1 because if Luka comes back, you got a great bargain. And if you take the price here, and Joe's right, he's 2 days closer to being back, and we may see him back. And I hope he comes back because it'd be great to be 1-1 with Luka coming back. So yeah, a small sprinkle on the Mavs.
Hey. You spot the lie. We just spit facts here on CBS Sports.
He is technically 2 days closer. Then again, technically, George Washington's brother is the uncle of our country. It's true. I'm not sure anybody cares.
We are not into technicalities here on HQ. We're into winners. And Kenny White and Tim Doyle are trying to find you some here on Monday night. Jazz and Mavs. Here's your 2 plays. It's Mavericks for TD, catching that 5 at home. Kenny's playing this one under the total, thanks to a slow pace in game 1, 206. Still not scaring him away. As for Donovan Mitchell, it's an over for Tim and a no play for Kenny.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.